Unit 3B-1. So we're writing equations and lines from the table day 1. So we're starting a brand new section. Last section that we learned, everything was about graphing. Okay, we talked about slope, we talked about our b, our y-intercept, we talked about our x-intercept, rise over run. Okay, everything that we did last unit was about graphing. Today we're still talking about linear, straight lines, but now we're going to be talking about how to write equations. Okay, so you can do it from a table, you can do it from points, you can write equations from graphs, you can write them from word problems. Okay, so this whole unit is all going to be about writing equations. So it says list and spreadsheets. So I want you to put a box around list and spreadsheets. Okay, that's it's a tool in the calculator that we're going to use today. So list and spreadsheets is a shortcut in our calculator to write equations from tables. Okay, so I want you to think real quick. Does anybody know about Excel on the computer?
No.
Okay, what about Google Spreadsheets?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, Excel is the same thing. It's the old version of Google Spreadsheets. Excel is what I used when I was in school. Now you guys don't even know what Excel is. Okay, so Google Spreadsheets, I want you to imagine what it looks like when you open up Google Spreadsheets. It's got all those boxes, right? It's got rows of boxes and columns of boxes where you can input information in, okay? So if you look at this table right here, it's technically a spreadsheet or a list of numbers. Does everybody agree with that? It's a list of x's and it's a list of f of x means y. So it's x numbers and y numbers, okay? And it's in a spreadsheet, a miniature spreadsheet, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to take this information, we're going to plug it into the calculator, and it's going to spit out an equation, okay? A table is really what? These are really points, okay? So in x, y, this is really 1, negative 5. This point is really 3, 1, okay? So these are really a bunch of points on a graph. And if I have points on a graph, then I have a line, and every line on a graph has an equation. Okay, so what we're learning is how do we find an equation from just the points, just the table. Okay, have I lost anybody? Okay, so detailed calculator steps. So there's 11 steps, okay, to learn how to do this. Once you get it down, it's going to be secondhand, okay, but learning how to do it is going to take a little bit, all right? So make sure that what you're writing nice and neat because you're probably going to use your detailed steps again, all right? Okay, now, when you write, you're going to have 2 columns. You're going to have the list of 1 through 5 here, and then 6 through 10 over here. So make sure you're not writing too big because you got to write a lot in this little box. So step 1, we're going to do this together. We're going to hit the home button. So write with me, and then we're going to write, and then we're going to do the step. Write, do the step. So turn your calculators on, and we're going to go to the home button. Step 2, new document. So select it. Do this with me or you're not going to know how to do this because this is the only way I'm going to teach you. I'm not teaching you how to do it by hand because it's too long. Okay? No, we never want to save. Step 3, list and spreadsheets. List and spreadsheet because, remember, this is a list of numbers. So list and spreadsheet is number 4. Okay. Step 4. Label columns X and Y. So we're going to label our columns X and Y. Okay, so I can't just put in numbers, okay? I got to tell the calculator, this is going to be all my X's. So go to the very, very top and put your X and tell the calculator, here's going to be all my X's. And then you got to tell it, this is where I'm going to write all the Y's. So label your X and your Y. Alora, no. So step 5, input table numbers. Okay, now look up here. Let me say something real quick before you start typing away. Nothing goes in this row right here. See where it says equals? Nothing goes there. Okay, your first number is going to go here where 1 is. Now, your table on the paper goes side to side. So see how it goes this way? Yeah. But in the calculator, it's always going to go up and down. So I'm going to go plug in all my X's. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. And then I'm going to go over and I'm going to plug all the Y's. But remember, no number goes in that equals box. So then I start -5, 1, 7, 13, 19. Everybody got them? Do I need to wait? I'm not waiting on anybody. Okay, now this part's important. Your box. See how this box is highlighted right here? Before we move to the next step and we try to go find our equation, because I've inputted everything, we're going to go find the equation now. Before I can do that, I got to make sure this box is not on a number. It's got to be a blue box on a blank square. Okay? You can't have a number highlighted. It's got to be on a blank square. It doesn't matter which blank square. It could be anywhere, but it can't be on a number. Okay? Okay, step 6. We're going to go find the equation because that's the whole point of this is writing an equation from a table. We're going to click menu. So everybody select menu. Step 7. Statistics. And I want you to put a 4 in parentheses. Because you know how you do for InSolve menu 31? You know what I'm talking about? Menu 31 for InSolve? We're going to do something like that for this. Menu 4. Okay, then step 8. So everybody click stats. Step 8 is going to be stat calc, which is number 1. Step 9. Okay, we're writing an equation. What's an equation right now? What's our equation look like? Y equals mx plus b. Do y'all all see the mx plus b right here? Yeah. Everybody see it? Yeah. What number is that? 3. 3. So I'm going to put mx plus b, and I'm going to put number 3. Then select number 3. Make sure you're writing all these steps down, because you're probably going to look at it. Okay, step 10. Change X list and Y list. And that's all we're going to change. Okay, your X list and your Y list. That wants to know, what are your columns' names? Well, what were our columns' names? X and Y. Okay, so X list is going to be X. Y list is going to be Y. That's all you have to change. X list is X, Y list is Y. Nothing else changes. Now, You can either scroll down and select OK, or you can hit enter twice. You can hit enter twice, or you can select OK. Scroll down and hit OK, or hit enter twice. It's up to you. All right. Does everybody's calculator look like mine?
Where's your find?
What? Oh, if I scroll up, there. Now does it look like mine?
Yeah, mom looks good. Yeah, mom looks good.
Okay. If you didn't get it, I'll help you. Just look at mine for right now. Okay? If you didn't get it, I'll come help you in just a second. Shh. Okay. Now, it doesn't just tell me the equation. It tells me my m and my b. So right here, does everybody see where it says m? What is my m? 3. So under the table, yes, positive 3. Under the table, I want you to write 3. Because that's what the calculator told me my slope is 3. What's my b? Negative 8. Okay. My equation is y equals mx plus b. So I'm going to start y equals, what's my m? 3. So 3x, and then my b is minus 8.
Oh,
Okay. Now, I'm finished with this problem. Okay? I did what it asked me to do. It was giving me a table, and I came up with my equation. That's all that it wants. Now, because on our test, people keep missing problems like this, I added these problems to the bottom. Okay, so we can go over how to do this again, because we keep missing them. It says, use the equation from example 1. So this equation right here. I want to use this to evaluate the following. Find f of negative 9. So this is really f of x. Negative 9 is in the what spot?
X.
The x spot. So if I want to know what f of negative 9 is, I'm going to take that negative 9 and put it in the x spot. And when I plug it in, it's got to have parentheses. So I'm going to do 3. Instead of writing x, I'm going to sub in negative 9. Write this with me. Minus 8. Does everybody understand what I'm doing? So we keep missing this problem. Okay. Then I got to go to my calculator. I need to go back to regular calculator. So if you hit Control Dock, it's the fastest way to go to a calculator. Control Dock. And now I'm just going to plug this in. 3 times negative 9 minus 8, which gives me negative 35. That's our answer. When I plug in negative 9, I get negative 35. That's my answer. Okay? Then it wants to know f of 20. So remember, this is f of x, and 20 is in the x spot. Just like the x is in the parentheses, the 20 is in the parentheses. So now I'm going to take 20 and plug it in where the x is. 3 times 20 minus 8. I put it in my calculator and we get 52. Good. Okay? Any questions?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, M and B. Let me see if I can go back. Okay. So right here when I got all this information, my M says 3. So I wrote 3. My B says negative 8. So I wrote negative 8. Okay? Okay, example 2. Make sure you do this together. Okay. What I told my class earlier is When you guys just watch me do the calculator steps, you're not actually getting the practice that you need. I want you to think about when you text on your phone. You're texting on your phone, so you guys don't even have to look at your phone because your thumbs are so used to where the buttons are. I've gotten to the point where I can not have to look at the calculator because I know where the buttons are because I've done this for so long. Okay, it's the same thing with you guys. When you are working on your practice or the notes or whatever, the more you do it, the more repetition you get, the more you're going to remember it. So don't just watch me do it. Make sure you're doing it too, okay? Because I know how to do it. I need to make sure that you do. Okay, so we're going to go through those 10 steps again. All right, so everybody go home. I want to write an equation from the tables. So go to Home button, New Document. No, we never want to save. And this is a list of numbers. It's a list and a spreadsheet. So I need to go to number 4. Okay, label your columns, X and Y. And then list your X's, list your Y's. Remember, nothing goes in that equals. Nothing goes here. So then I do -3, -1, 1, 3, 5. And then I do the Y's. 2, -6, -14, -22, -30. Make sure you're looking at your table because my calculator shows up a little bit differently. You can't see all the numbers that I've inputted. Make sure you're looking at your table. Okay. Okay. Make sure your box is blue and it's not on a number. It's on a blank square. Then we're going to do menu 413. So menu 4, 1, 3. Menu 413. Change your X list X, your Y list Y, and you can either scroll down and select OK or hit Enter twice. Everybody get it? Anybody not get it? Anybody not get it? So did you get it this time?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So looking here, my M is, what's my M? Yep, -4. M is -4. My B is -10. And we want an equation, so y equals mx plus b. Y equals, my m is -4x, and my b is -10. So that's my answer. Now for extra practice, I put these on the bottom. Evaluate g of -12. So this is really g of x, and -12 is in the x spot. Okay, so I'm going to go plug -12 in where the x is. So -4 times -12 minus 10. So to go back to the calculator, the fastest way is Control Dock. And I'm going to go plug this in. -4 times -12 minus 10.
38.
And we get, good, 38. Very good. And then do the last one. So now this is g of x, and 17 is in the x spot. So -4 times 17 minus 10. I plug that in. -4 times 17 minus 10 gives me -78. Okay, does anybody have any questions? How are we feeling?
Good.
Great.
Feeling ready to do it on your own?
Yeah.
Good.
Just back.